high-profile killers are served justice when caught, but what happens to the children of these monsters in the wake of their atrocities? When we read and hear stories of infamous murderers, we naturally become fixated on the perpetrators and their stories. It's not often that we stop to think about how the children of these dangerous criminals might have been affected by their cold-hearted acts. Here are 10 people who live in the shadow of a parent's fatal deeds and what became of them in the aftermath. Carrie Rossum is the daughter of Dennis Rader, the BTK killer, who committed 10 murders between 1974 and 1991. After his arrest, Rader pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 10 consecutive life sentences. Rossum came into the spotlight in 2014, when she gave an interview criticizing author Stephen King. King had written a short story based on the BTK murders, entitled The Good Marriage, which later became a film. Rossum was the first of the BTK killer's family members to give a public interview after his capture in 2005. Rossum says that she and her mother hadn't known about the killings until her father was arrested. An FBI agent showed up to her home in Detroit to deliver the news. She says that she and her husband were in shock and had to deal with reporters hounding them. Over the next few years, Rossum coped with her father's actions with the help of her church and a psychologist. She lives in Michigan with her husband and 2 children. As the daughter of the notorious Happy Face Killer, otherwise known as Keith Jesperson, Melissa Moore still struggles with the ripple effects of her father's crimes. From 1990 to 1995, Jesperson murdered 8 women from around the U.S. while working as a long-haul truck driver. He would then write anonymous letters to police and media outlets detailing his crimes, letters which he would sign with a happy face. The murders remained a mystery until he turned himself in 1995, when Moore was 15 years old. Though she couldn't have imagined that her father was a murderer, she says that she always knew that there was something dark about him. In a BBC article, she stated that her father would make her uncomfortable by openly talking about his sexual life and was often lewd in his flirtation with women. Now a mother herself, Moore still struggles with how to tell her children why their grandfather is absent from their lives. She said in a 2015 interview with ABC News that there are no instructions on what to do if your father is a serial killer. Moore has made it her mission to help the families of serial killers to heal their wounds. Today, Michael Culliner's life is the tragic result of a son following in his father's footsteps. Michael's father was Joseph Culliner, a diagnosed schizophrenic who suffered extreme abuse as a child at the hands of his foster parents. In 1974, his son, Joseph Jr., was found dead in an abandoned building. 2 weeks prior, Joseph had taken out a life insurance policy on his sons. The insurance company suspected foul play, so he never saw any money from the policy. Culliner would later be found guilty of his son's murder. That same year, Joseph took Michael on a crime spree across 3 states. Together, he and the 15-year-old committed rape, burglary, and murder, gaining entry into people's homes by posing as salesmen. An eyewitness testimony, along with the bloodstained shirt that was traced back to the Culliner home, led to both of their arrests. Though the elder Culliner pleaded insanity, he was declared sane by the jury and also guilty of 3 murders, assault, burglary, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Michael was said to be under his father's control. The 2 murder charges against him were dropped in exchange for his confession. Michael was placed on probation until his 25th birthday. After the probation ended in 1982, he changed his name and started a new life for himself. Joseph Culliner died of a seizure in 1996. Welcome to the City of Freedom. If you liked the video, you can subscribe to it by clicking on the bell button next to send me notifications.